We have a brief program for you tonight. I'm glad, my name is Niedzwiecki. I am the CEO of the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce. We're happy that you all join us here this evening. I want to thank our wonderful hosts at Willowbend. What a great facility and nice light show. So, we're happy to be here. I just want to kick off with some brief remarks tonight. So I want to mention COVID-19 for the last time. I will be in this position 2 years on July 1st, and it finally feels for real now that we're beyond COVID-19. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize my predecessor, Wendy Northcross, and remind us all. So thank you, and I especially want to thank you for what you did for the community through the pandemic, and keeping everybody on the same page and information flowing to the business community, the community abroad. It was a tremendous effort, and you were uniquely suited to do it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, on the other side of COVID-19, though, the Cape has changed a little bit. The population has changed, labor supply issues have changed, some of the infrastructure issues are more important. So I think we have a new product that we have produced called the Cape Cod Chamber Collective to sort of report on the activities of the Chamber on a bi-weekly basis. A lot of the photos that you see in the back of the room are from that. So we've been really busy this year. And I'm not going to go through a detailed list of everything that we've done, but we want you to sort of stay tuned, because the work of the Chamber is now focused on some of those underpinning systemic issues that are really affecting the economy now and into the future, like housing and childcare and continued efforts on water quality. All of these were issues prior to the pandemic, but they have become so much more pronounced on the other side of the pandemic, and all of those issues felt very acutely by the business community. So we are organizing ourselves around those efforts, and you'll see as we move forward with this year, our membership department. We've got a lot of new faces in membership, and we're putting a priority on the value that we are putting back to the members now. There'll be a lot of activity there and discussions as we move forward, and lots of events that are coming up, so we hope you participate with us. On our Convention Center Bureau pillar side, that destination management organization, Kristen Mitchell-Hughes has been doing a great job with that. We've got some extra ARPA money that we've been deploying out there. But this year, the talk around the office and really around the Cape now is the creation of a tourism destination marketing district, which will allow the Cape to be self-sufficient in many ways and allow us to market the Cape into the future in a very sustainable way. So we have a lot to report there. On economic development, we are building more programming now, so you'll see a lot of this coming out. I think later you'll hear a little bit more about our certified driver's license program and some of the workforce development efforts that we've been doing there. And then the public policy issues that we all know about. Housing. You know, we've partnered up with Housing Assistance Corporation and the Cape and Islands Association of Realtors in a Housing to Protect Cape Cod initiative that is visiting every town to try to get people in those towns engaged on the housing issue. And specifically at the Chamber, what we've done is we brought on a housing coordinator about 4 months ago, Christina Herbagiva. She's focused on the J1 program specifically. In 2018, we had 5,000 J1 visas on the Cape. There are only 100,000 in the country. So it shows you how heavily reliant our seasonal economy is on that program. We've only been able to rebound to about 2,100 because the sponsoring agencies are now requiring employers to provide housing. So Christina joined us, and within 4 months, she's placed 80 J1 students and has 47 new hosts as part of that network. Christina, where are you? Stand up and that's for you. So housing is important. On the child care issue, we've convened an ad hoc committee. We have some of the members are participating with us. We actually had the commissioner down on Friday, and our chief of staff, Noel Pina, has been leading that effort. And we hope for some really good news out of the state, on the state budget side. And there's been a lot of interesting efforts on the municipal side with towns getting into child care. And Noel and Mary Pat Mesmer, who we brought on as consultant, have been heading that up. And so there we're making some waves there too. That'll make a difference soon. And then on water quality, we have some of these new Title V regs that are about ready to issue that are going to have an impact on the Cape. And we have the Cape and Islands Water Protection Fund, and a lot of towns that are moving forward with their wastewater programs. And so we have to make sure that that fund is adequately funded so that we can sustain that long term. And so we are engaged in efforts around that. And then the final one I'll close really with is bridges. Wendy didn't warn me about that. And the maintenance construction on the bridges, which makes a couple of points. It ties in and it really sort of makes the point on some of these systemic issues that we're dealing with. Because in 2017, we were importing about 25% of our workforce. We're importing about 47% now. And if you had to travel over the bridges during the 6 weeks of construction, maintenance, you saw the workforce. Because it was sitting there and they were all late for work. So we've impressed upon the state and the Army Corps that if you're a year-round resident on the Cape and you don't cross the bridge, you don't see those maintenance backups. If you're a seasonal resident, you don't see them either. But the business community sees them every day. And so we need new bridges. And so we have been engaged in that struggle, but it's really starting to gain some momentum. And so just to go back to Wendy one more time, it's the foresight of the Chamber under Wendy's leadership to engage on the issues of wastewater and the replacement of those bridges was incredible. And it's put us in a position to benefit from some of the ARPA money that's come in, to organize ourselves in a way where we can fund these infrastructure projects in a sustainable manner. And hopefully there'll be some good news on federal funding this year. The state has certainly stepped up on the match side, and I think we'll be able to produce some very competitive applications this summer. And we should hear back on some of those by the end of the calendar year, the beginning of the next calendar year. So that's going to be an effort, and the Chamber is going to have to play a role when the construction begins, which could happen as soon as 2026, in managing people's expectations and making sure people know that the Cape is open for business during a 7 to 10 year build of new bridges. So, yeah. It's going to take a little bit, but that's the conservative estimate. But let's go with that. So we have a lot of work to do, but we have a great foundation to build on, and we also, none of this stuff happens on its own. So I just want to, as we kick off the meeting, I have to recognize the most important people in the room to me, which are my staff. So I would ask that you sort of stand, wave, or somehow be very extroverted and try to learn who you are. So Danielle Wash is our office manager in Info Systems. Danielle, wave. Will Rubenstein, our director of membership. Will, where are you? Sharon Nance is our sales coordinator. Janae Mendez, our new member engagement specialist. Chanel Jacoda. Chanel Chanel produces the collective, and it's been a great source. One of the things we wanted to do as a chamber is get better at promoting who we are, what we do. And so it serves a lot of purposes. Primarily it reminds me of what we did last week. That's always a struggle. But it's really been a game changer for us. I want to thank Chanel for her leadership on that. And then Kristen Mitchell-Hughes. Kristen. Kristen is taking us through a rebranding effort currently, and we'll be redoing the website, so there's a lot of interesting things happening there. And she will be the beneficiary of the Tourism Destination District once we get it in place. Paige Goulet, Paige, another business development manager. And then Greta Georgieva, Greta. And then Liz DiGirolamo. Everybody knows her. Liz has a new job, so she's been promoted. She's moved from membership up to work with Kristen on the marketing side. And so we're happy about that. And I think she is too. And then Haley Cote. Haley's our special projects coordinator. And so if I am ever involved with anything that goes well, that's because of Haley. And if on occasion things don't go well, that's because I didn't listen to Haley. So thank you, Haley. And then Christina Arabajeva. Christina, we recognized earlier as our workforce coordinator. Katie Atchison is our economic development director. We're not really rushing it, even though she keeps telling people she's only been in economic development since September. And then Karen Cummings, our fiscal manager, HR director. And Karen was the one. So Karen's going to get a lot busier. And then I want to recognize our newest addition. Some of you may know her, Lauren Barker, our Director of Government Relations. And then I want to recognize my Chief of Staff, Noel Pina, who has the office next to me. And
say no more.
Exactly. Has the right personality for the job. And then finally, I want to thank Patty Berard. I want to thank you for all the things that you do for us, and I personally want to thank you. You have the office across the hall, but you've been tremendously helpful to me in my adjustment, and I think we all recognize what you do for the Cape, and thank you very much. So with that, I want to